In today's session, we'll be discussing the control arrangement for DC motor drives. कैसे हम एक DC motor को control कर सकते हैं, उसकी firing pulse decide कर सकते हैं. That will be decided by the control arrangement. So it's basically the control arrangement is primarily a two-loop control based arrangement, or it can be a three-loop control based arrangement. In this case, the inner loop will actually be the current control loop. So current control will actually decide the pulses for based upon the current pattern. We can derive the pulse pattern for the thyristors, the firing pulse for the thyristors, and the outer loop will be a speed control loop. In a three-loop control method, while the inner loop and the outer loop are same, there will be a third loop introduced that will actually be used for position control. So depending upon current control, speed control and position control of the DC motor, we can go for either two loop control method or a three loop control method. A single loop control method is normally not preferred. There are a lot of disadvantages associated with the single loop control method. If we are, say, for example, only going for speed control of DC motor without taking into account the current control, uh, there will be a lot of torque pulsations, and because of which the speed response will also not be accurate. So for better accuracy, we always go for two-loop control method, wherein we are controlling both the torque and the speed of the DC motor. This current control is actually nothing but torque control of the DC motor. This torque of a DC motor is proportional to the current, the armature current. We're talking about the armature current of the DC motor. So by controlling the armature current, we can control the torque of the DC motor, and accordingly we can also control the speed of DC motor. And in case we need to control a position, we need to control the position of the motor as well. We can add another loop that will be required for position control of DC motor. So the configuration of this control strategy will look something like this. So it will be this will be a current control. Will be controlling the current here. That means we are actually having a reference value of current here, and we are having a measured value of current here. So that will actually derive. We'll be getting a current based error. So we have the current error here. Feeding the controller will actually now provide the pulse pattern for the thyristor based rectifier. This thyristor based rectifier will be either it can be a single phase rectifier or a three phase rectifier, and accordingly there can be three phase supply or a single phase supply, AC supply feeding this thyristor based rectifier. So the thyristor based rectifier, the rectifier will be getting DC voltage from the rectifier that will be fed to the armature of the DC motor. So by using current sensors, we can measure the value of current in the armature. So this is the inner loop structure wherein we are controlling the current. It will be the current control that will be responsible for deriving the pulses for the three-phase rectifier. Then we'll have an outer loop. This outer loop will be responsible for speed control. So we can directly feed a reference value of speed and we'll be comparing it with the measured value of speed such that the error here will be the speed error. The speed can be measured using tacho generators from the motor shaft. So this outer loop will be responsible for control of speed. The speed controller will actually give us the reference value of current. So we have an inner loop structure that's responsible for the current control, for the armature control of the DC motor, and it will be responsible for generating the pulse pattern for the thyristor based rectifier, the firing pulses for the thyristor based rectifier. The outer loop will be a speed control loop that will be actually giving us the reference value that will actually give us what value of speed needs to be set, what value of current needs to be set for the desired speed reference value. This will be a two loop structure. In case we have a three loop structure, for a three loop structure, we'll be using another controller. That will be taking some reference value of position and using position encoders. Using position encoders, we can measure the position of this DC motor, the position of the shaft of the DC motor, compare it with the reference value of position, feed that position. So here we are actually control this outer loop can be used for position control of the DC motor. So the outermost loop is a position control loop. Farzan. So we have a three loop control structure. We have a position control loop wherein we are comparing the value of reference value of theta at which position actually we want the motor to be placed, the shaft of the motor to be placed. We are comparing with the reference with the measured value of position. This will be the measured value of position from here. Position of the rotor shaft. Feed it to the controller. The controller here will actually give us what should be the desired reference speed for maintaining that position. Fine. So actually in a three loop structure, it will be the reference value of theta that will tell us what should be the value of speed and what should be the value of current for maintaining that particular position. In case of a two loop structure, it will be the speed reference value, the desired value of speed that will tell us what should be the value of current and accordingly the speed of the motor will be set. So by using this control strategy, we can control the position of the motor and we are not actually controlling the speed of the motor here. We are not actually telling it what speed to maintain. We are telling it what position to maintain. That position itself will feed the necessary information in the form of reference value of speed and reference value of current and accordingly provide the necessary amount of firing pulse to the thyristor based rectifier so that necessary amount of armature voltage is fed to the motor for maintaining that position. So once actually position means say for example हमें मोटर को 120 डिग्रीज पे प्लेस करना है हमने 120 डिग्री स्पीड किया वंस 120 डिग्री पोजीशन इज अचीव्ड उसके बाद एक्चुअली मोटर स्टॉप करेगा रोटेट करना it no longer needs to rotate. So position control will actually make sure that the motor is placed at that position, the rotor is placed at that position. After that, the necessary control signals will become zero. In case of a speed control loop, say for example, हमने मोटर को 1200 आरपीएम पे रोटेट कराना है, हम 1200 आरपीएम फीड करें, तो वो अकॉर्डिंगली उतनी अमाउंट ऑफ करंट, उतने अमाउंट ऑफ टॉर्क जनरेट करेगा, सो दैट द नेसेसरी अमाउंट ऑफ वोल्टेज and firing necessary amount of firing pulse is provided to the thyristor to maintain the voltage at the armature for maintaining that amount of speed. ठीक है, स्पीड कंट्रोल एक कांस्टेंट स्पीड पे चलाना है, while पोजीशन कंट्रोल इज हमने एक बार 120 डिग्रीज अचीव कर लिया, उसके बाद मोटर स्टॉप कर देगा रोटेट करना. So this is about the control arrangement of DC motor drives. Now, what are actually the factors that need to be taken into consideration while going for this control arrangement? So we'll have to keep certain things. We need to keep some factors. We need to see. We need to have a look at these factors. We need to keep in mind these factors before going for speed or position control. So what are these factors? They include uh, the speed range. While designing this control arrangement, we need to keep in mind the speed range for which we are designing this controller. So for example, we are designing a motor to run from minus 150 radians per second to plus 150 radians per second. So accordingly, we need to keep in mind uh, whether our controller is able to uh, achieve two quadrant operation, whether our rectifier is able to achieve a two quadrant operation. Say for example, you are using a half wave rectifier. So in case of a half wave rectifier, it's not possible to get an average negative voltage and the current will always be positive. So half wave rectifier से हम खाली एक quadrant operation कर सकते हैं, while as with a full wave rectifier we can have two quadrant operations, and using a dual converter we can have all four quadrant operations. So we need to keep in mind the speed range while designing this control arrangement. Accordingly, say for example we are designing the fuzzy logic controller. आपने fuzzy logic controller की range define की, तो आपको उस range में define करना है कि whether you are taking into consideration the negative speed range, whether you are taking into consideration the positive speed range, all of that. So one factor that we need to keep in mind is the speed range. Second, we have to keep we need to keep the accelerating range, accelerating rate and the braking rate into mind. ये जो आपका 3 loop structure है, this is responsible for control of theta, the outermost loop. This is responsible for control of d theta by dt, that's actually speed. This is responsible for control of d square theta by dt square, that's actually the acceleration. Fine. जो टॉर्क होता है आपका, वो आपको एक्चुअली बताता है जितना ज़्यादा टॉर्क होगा उतनी ज़्यादा जल्दी आपका स्पीड बिल्डअप हो जाएगा इन द सिस्टम. सो बाय कंट्रोलिंग द current, you are controlling the torque, and by controlling the torque you are actually controlling how quickly you will be able to achieve that speed. Fine. अगर स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क ज़्यादा है तो आपकी स्पीड ज़्यादा जल्दी 0 to 150 आरपीएम पहुंचेगी. अगर आपका जो स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क है वो कम है, इज बिल्डिंग अप स्लोली, आपका जो 0 to 150 RPM जो आपका स्पीड जो आप अचीव कर रहे हो 0 to 150 RPM उसको अचीव करने में टाइम लगेगा. So it's taking it will build up slowly. So you are controlling by controlling the position, you are controlling the position of the motor. And the speed control will control actually the speed of the motor, and the innermost loop, that is torque control loop, it actually controls your acceleration, d square theta by dt square. The angular acceleration, we are talking about all of these quantities are angular speeds, angular velocities, angular acceleration. So we are actually controlling the angular acceleration by the innermost loop. ये जो आपका current control loop है, it will be responsible for control of the angular acceleration of the motor. Control of torque actually means how quickly the speed is either built up or how slowly the speed is built up in the motor. So that means actually we are seeing what is the rate of acceleration. Fine. So accordingly अगर आपने controller जो innermost controller है वो बहुत ज़्यादा रोबस्ट है, जो आपका करंट कंट्रोल है वो रोबस्ट है, आपने कोई हाई एडवांस कंट्रोलर यूज़ किया तो आपकी जो एक्सेलरेशन रेट होगी वो बहुत ज़्यादा होगी. अगर आपने कुछ ऐसा कंट्रोलर डिज़ाइन किया जिसकी वजह से आपका जो राइज टाइम है वो काफ़ी कम है करंट का, अकॉर्डिंगली टॉर्क का भी राइज टाइम कम होगा, अकॉर्डिंगली जो आपकी एक्सेलरेशन है वो भी स्लोली होगी. योर मोटर विल नॉट बी एक्सेलरेटिंग एट अ हायर स्पीड्स. The same loop can also be used for controlling the braking or the deceleration. You can say the braking or the deceleration rate of the motor. कितनी ज़्यादा जल्दी आप 150 आरपीएम से ज़ीरो पहुंचते हो या 150 आरपीएम से -150 आरपीएम पहुंचते हो, ये जो डिसलरेट हो रहा है फ्रॉम +150 टू ज़ीरो फर्स्ट, वो कितनी ज़्यादा जल्दी हो रहा है, कितनी ज़्यादा जल्दी आप प्लगिंग ऑपरेशन अचीव कर पा रहे हो इन अ मोटर, दैट विल बी डिसाइडेड बाय द करंट कंट्रोल लूप. करंट जितनी ज़्यादा हाई होगी उतनी ज़्यादा टॉर्क होगा, उतनी ज़्यादा आपका एक्सेलरेशन या डिसलरेशन होगा. So these are three: the speed range, the acceleration rate, the deceleration rate. Then there are some other quantities like now deciding for the current stability. अब मैंने बोला कि we can use a robust controller for controlling the speed, for controlling the current of the motor. ठीक है, ये जो inner most loop है इस सिस्टम का, ये जो कंट्रोलर है आपका, ये आपकी करंट को कंट्रोल कर रहा है. So we can use some robust controller, some fuzzy logic controller, artificial intelligence based controller या sliding mode controller. इसको robust बनाने के लिए, इसको ज़्यादा जल्दी, इसका rise time कम करने के लिए, इसका settling time कम करने के लिए, इसका steady state error कम करने के लिए, right? So not only you have to see how quickly it rises, you have to also see आपकी जो current है वो within stable limits होगी कि नहीं होगी. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने कंट्रोलर तो बना लिया जो बहुत ज़्यादा जल्दी करंट को अचीव कर रहा है, बट दैट करंट इज आउटसाइड द रेंज, आउटसाइड द रेटेड रेंज ऑफ द डीसी मोटर, जो उस मोटर को फिर जला ही देगा. सो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट द करंट्स आर विद इन लिमिट्स. आपका जो रेटेड करंट है, यू आर मेकिंग श्योर बाय डिजाइनिंग द करंट कंट्रोलर, while making sure that the rise time is less, but also make sure that your current is stable. It does not go beyond the rated values of the motor, फिर मोटर ही जल जाएगा. That should not happen. Accordingly, the speed stability, जो आपका outer loop है, that is controlling the speed of the DC motor. Design a controller such that speed is achieved quickly, such that rise time is achieved quickly, settling time is achieved quickly, but make sure that the speed is also within the limits of the motor. So करंट को करंट का राइज टाइम कम होना चाहिए बट इट शुड बी विद इन लिमिट्स, वैसे स्पीड का राइज टाइम सेटलिंग टाइम कम होना चाहिए but it should be within limits. So you have to design a controller that keeps in mind both these things. Fine. So that's why actually uh, जब हम controllers design करते हैं for drive circuitries, we most often use saturation blocks with along with controllers. ठीक है. Along with these controllers, we often use saturation blocks. This saturation block will ensure that the current is within limits, that the torque is within limits, that the speed is within limits. If the case is not so, if हमने खाली rise time और settling time पे focus किया, आपका जो current है that can be very high, that will cause the motor to burn. ऐसे ही आपकी speed इतनी ज़्यादा होगी कि वो आपके system को mechanically damage कर देगा. And while designing the drive, you have to also keep in mind the IR compensation. आपका करंट इतना ज़्यादा भी हाई नहीं होना चाहिए सिस्टम में कि आपके जो आई स्क्वायर आर लॉसेज हैं, कॉपर लॉसेज हैं, वो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएं सिस्टम में. ठीक है. यू हैव टू कीप दैट थिंग ऑल्सो इनटू माइंड दैट somewhere in the system the power losses are dependent upon the armature current. So don't make the stator copper losses or the rotor copper losses in general for any type of motor. They should not exceed some prescribed limits. So current control is actually important when we are talking about any drive system. So we are providing a reference value of speed. We are providing a measured value of speed. Fine. This controller is actually giving us the reference value of current. So what this controller has to do is it has to provide a reference value of current in this fashion. We can have a rising value of current, but there is a limit point. You have a rated value of armature current beyond which the current cannot increase. Accordingly, आप इसको negative region में भी operate करा सकते हो, but there is a minimum, there is a negative maximum of this current within which this system has to work. तो आपका जो speed controller है, that's actually providing you the reference value of current. So along with this, to make sure that our current is within limits, we use a saturation block. So within the saturation block, say for example हमारे जो मोटर है उसकी rated current 10 amperes है, तो within the saturation block हम इसमें रख देंगे plus minus 10 amperes, maximum value 10 amperes, minimum value minus 10 amperes, such that आपका जो current होगा, current का profile, this will be the profile of the reference value of current that will be responsible for speed control of the system. Fine. So this saturation part is understood that we cannot go beyond the rated value. अब ये जो part है, ये जो transient portion है, this transient portion is something that we can work with. इस transient portion का हमें rise time, settling time, we want the rise time, settling time to be minimum. Fine. Now what will be the limits? इतना ज़्यादा मिनिमम भी ना हो ताकि आपका जो फिर उसकी वजह से आपने इतनी ज़्यादा जल्दी करंट बिल्डअप कर दिया सिस्टम में, even if it is within the rated values, that may actually result in a very high torque that can damage the system. once we are focusing on the rise time and the settling time of the current, make sure that this does not इतना कम भी ना हो ताकि सिस्टम का जो टॉर्क हो वो इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ जाए, वो इतनी ज़्यादा जल्दी बढ़ जाए, इतनी ज़्यादा जल्दी एक्सेलरेशन हो जाए that it can either damage the motor mechanically or there might be some thermal damage to the motor. Keeping torque into consideration. Keeping the build up Keeping the build up of torque into consideration. So design this controller, one, for making sure that the current is saturated, is within the rated values, and two, design it for such rise time and such settling time such that टॉर्क बिल्डअप इज टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन. ऐसा भी ना हो कि इतनी ज़्यादा जल्दी आपकी करंट राइज हो सिस्टम में, दैट विल कॉज द एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ द मोटर बियॉन्ड इट्स मैकेनिकल रेटेड वैल्यू. ठीक है, देयर बी सम मैकेनिकल रेटिंग्स ऑफ द मोटर्स एज वेल दैट वी हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. उसकी जो बेयरिंग्स वगैरह होंगी उस बेसिस पे वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट इट डज नॉट exceed the mechanical ratings of the motor. इतनी ज़्यादा जल्दी आपका सिस्टम एक्सेलरेट नहीं करना चाहिए और इतनी ज़्यादा स्पीड भी नहीं होनी चाहिए. So the current control is actually important. It's that very important. It actually will determine how quickly your speed will build up, how quickly your position will build up, how quickly you can achieve the value of speed, and overall it will actually be the current control that will also decide आपके जो सिस्टम के पावर लॉसेस हैं, whether you are able to improve the efficiency of your motor. It will actually be the current control mechanism. You keep the current within limits, you keep the armature current minimum possible such that आपके जो सिस्टम में पावर लॉसेस हैं वो भी कम हो जाए. So the current control can be said to be it is actually the core control component of any DC motor drive or any motor drive in general. Current control is very important क्योंकि करंट बिल्डअप ही करंट की जो वैल्यूज हैं वो डिटरमाइन करेंगे आपके सिस्टम में पावर लॉसेस क्या होंगे, आपके सिस्टम में टॉर्क कितना ज़्यादा होगा. All those things need to be kept in mind while designing the current control loop. So you need to provide these protections in the form of saturation block. So make sure your current response is fast, but it is well damped. Right? There should be a proper damping in the system as well, such that the rise time and settling time are not beyond limits. This thing needs to be kept in mind while designing the controller of a DC motor drive. So the same mechanism for torque control, the speed control, and push and control will also be same for the chopper fed DC motor drives that we have not yet studied. So I said to you that we can have a single loop control structure as well. In a single loop control structure, we'll only be uh, having the reference value of speed and the measured value of speed being compared, fed to the controller. The rectifier will decide the pulses feeding the motor, fine, and we can measure the speed of this motor from the tacho generator. So where is this arrangement used? A single loop arrangement. So you have now the third arrangement, that's the single loop arrangement. डबल लूप अरेंजमेंट में एक स्पीड कंट्रोलर भी होगा और करंट कंट्रोलर भी होगा. ट्रिपल कंट्रोल थ्री लूप कंट्रोल मैकेनिज्म में position control, speed control as well as current control will be taken into account. In a single loop structure, what we do is we actually go for only the speed control without considering the current control. So such control mechanisms are used, but in low cost uh, drives, you can say low rating drives जो होते हैं motor drives जो कुछ watts में होंगे, for those motor drives, low cost and low power rated motors. For those motors we can use this control mechanism wherein we are not bothered about the current limit. So for protection, but we need to make sure that there is some sort of protection. So in drives में क्या करते हैं हम एक inbuilt सिस्टम बनाते हैं जिसकी वजह से जो करंट रेस्पॉन्स होगा दैट विल बी सैचुरेटेड. So the current will rise with speed, with increase in speed, but there is an inbuilt system जिसकी वजह से इसमें saturation हो जाएगी within the in the control in the current. So the disadvantage with this system is there is no control on current, so we cannot control the acceleration of this motor. So you cannot control how quickly the motor is achieving its speed. You cannot control you cannot, there's disadvantage with the protection. You do not have any current protection inherently. ठीक है, वो आपको इनबिल्ट मैकेनिज्म की वजह से अब करंट को आप प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हो, बट इनहेरेंटली मोटर में वो प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है that you are protecting it against rise of current. So that's the disadvantage with using the single loop control structure. So this is about the arrangement of DC motor drives, how we can go for current, speed and position control of a DC motors. So at the heart of this drive structure is the current loop. So it will be the current loop that will decide how quickly your speed is achieved, and it will actually also decide आपके सिस्टम की efficiency कितनी ज़्यादा improve हो जाएगी. So our torque will also be decided by the current. आपका जो if you want very high torque operating regions, so you need to make sure that your current is very high. Accordingly, you will design the controller for higher current, higher torque profile. अगर आपको low torque operation चाहिए, low torque applications के लिए आपको use करना है, so accordingly your current control will decide what will your nature of torque. Fine. So this is about the arrangement of DC motor drives. So we'll do the chopper fed DC motor drives from the next session. Fine. So DC motor drives, they are fairly simpler